With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series fires things off right here from Michigan International Speedway in the Girotech 130. Gonna be yet another barn burner. Will we see yet a new race winner once again? Last week, we witnessed a dominating performance at the Roval. Adam Thomas Smalling back on track, that winning 21 Chevy Silverado. How's he going to go here tonight? We'll have to wait to find out. Beautiful night here in the Irish Hills of Brooklyn, Michigan, hosting tonight's race in season number 3 for the Colonial Clash Racing Series. How you doing How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave, bringing you all the calls from trackside. And as qualifying already underway, what do you say we drop that track information and go ahead and bring you some of the timing and scoring over to the left-hand side of your screen? Tyler Woodard gonna go fast time here in qualifying. Quick time belongs to Woodard. A 40:02 is the fast time. Pole position right now for that 77 machine. Looking to have a fine run once again. Woodard doing a great job in the opening 6 races of the season. But Troy Radford will not be denied. The only multiple race winner this season gonna go top of the speed charts. Fast time now belongs to that Lucky Finn Project number 94. A 39.98 is your provisional pole. Working our way just about halfway through qualifying, and there goes Thomas Smalling, top of the speed charts now by just 1/100th of a second. And as the music faded away, so did that pole position for Troy Radford. He's going to slide back to second now. A handful of drivers still yet to put in their time lapse. Anthony Thurber here tonight. He's yet to put his fast time in. Juan Jimenez, previous race winner. He hasn't climbed on board of that Toyota Tundra just yet. Brandon Medford currently out on track. Chris Medford also out on track on his qualifying effort. Gonna have to wait to see who takes the Goose Graphics pole position here tonight. Thomas Smalling, for the moment, holds the fast time. 39.97, just squeaking it out over Troy Radford. Very close. 39.98 at 39.99 back to third. So just 0.02 of a second separating your top 3 drivers here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. And I'm telling you, it's not just going to be that close here in qualifying. It was that close in happy hour, and I can guarantee you we're going to see some quick times. We're going to see some close racing action here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Medford yet to put in that first time lap. Should be rolling across the start-finish line any moment here. And there, Brandon Medford going to slot in third with his first time lap at 39.99. Will the second time be faster? And it looks like Chris Medford having a little bit of a rough go there on a first lap, not counting for that 46. Yeah, there it is. Top of the speed charts by 0.06. A 39.91. Now the quick time for the 46 Chevy Silverado of Chris Medford. So the Falcon Motorsports drivers all inside of your top 5, currently holding down the pole position. 3rd and 4th place, all belonging to Falcon Motorsports drivers. Juan Jimenez now gonna jump out on track. Remember last season, race fans, Jimenez was your race control. And here he is this season, out on track, mixing it up with his fellow drivers, and he's already got 1 race win in his back pocket as we jump and take a look at this 22 on track here. Final few moments in qualifying, also beginning to tick off of the stopwatch, so this is going to be possibly a one and done for Jimenez. It's going to be very close to him being able to fit in that second time lap. And here we go. Time starts for that 22. Where will he run, win? Will he cross the line? Will he have enough to take the pole position away from Christopher Medford? 39.91, the quick time here in qualifying. Down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Comes Jimenez looking for a fast time here, hugging that bottom lane, looking for some speed off of the corner exit, and he's going to keep it down on the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to shut it down. That's going to be it. He's going to go ahead and shut it down. The time lap not going to count here, and that's going to be some trouble now as he's going to be hard-pressed to even get a lap time in at this point in time. So with that being said, race fans, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, then head trackside for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere. We'll get things kicked off and ready to go here tonight in the Gyro Tech 130 for the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular their bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Trackside as drivers begin to roll off of pit road, starting inside row number 1. Your pole sitter snatching that quick time away. The 22 of Juan Jimenez. Chris Medford gonna line up just to his outside Thomas Smalling and Troy Radford rolling off in row number 2. Row number 3 here tonight from Michigan International Speedway, the 83 of Brandon Medford, followed by the 7 of Cody Giles. Tyler Woodard and Mark Parkhurst back in row number 4. Row number 5 here tonight, the 34 of Douglas Saki, followed by the 42 of Thad Failer. James Zoot gonna roll off inside a row number 6 in that 11th position, followed by the Fort Worth Screen Printing Esports driver, fast as always, but yet to get to victory lane so far this season. The 47 of Dustin Franklin looks to put the field on notice. He'll roll off 12 from the grid here tonight. Back in row number 7, the 41 of John Gutekunst, followed by the 48 of Brandon Pamitat. Todd Cleek, Brandon Pike back in row number 8, row number 9 here tonight in the Giro Tech 130. That's right, it's the 84 of Tyler Rex. Guy Klim just to his outside. Newcomer Wayne Boker gonna start from the tail end of the field. Your race control tonight is Anthony Thurber. That's gonna do it for your starting grid, and drivers gonna get ready to drop the hammer for the first time here tonight. Music begins to fade, and here we go on the gas, and green flag flies for the first time from Michigan International Speedway here tonight. On the gas, quick is Jimenez. He's gonna scoot away just a little bit from that 21. Chris Medford falling back to 3rd. Troy Radford gonna move into the 4th position. Trouble on the bottom of the track. Looks like a little bit of connection issues, some electrical problems out of, I believe that's that 83 of Brandon Medford. He's going to have some issues, and he's going to head to the tail end of the field trying to let things fix themselves up and sort themselves out. The 46 going to drop to the bottom of the racetrack now. Chris Medford looking for the top spot, and he's going to grab it off of turn 4, leading lap number 1. The guy that started outside pole position had the pole for a moment. He's going to lead lap number 1. Heck of a job, heck of a run there by Medford. He'll grab that top spot away. First lead change of the night on lap number 1. We'll drop the timing and scoring down to the left side of your screen. Let you follow along just like we do up here in the production booth. Down the backstretch and into turn number 3 we go. Not a lot of movement out through the field. Brandon Pike, your biggest mover so far through the first 2 laps of this race. He's going to move from the 16th position up to 12th. Everybody chasing after the 46 of Medford off of 4. Coming right at you down into turn number 1. Field still following Chris Medford. There goes the entire field by. Everybody within 2.5 seconds of each other as we work our way off of turn number 2. Back down to the back stretch we go. Jockeying for position mid-pack. That Failer on the outside lane, getting a little bit loose on that outside. Let's go back, take a look at this little battle between Pamitat and Failer. A lot of trucks lined up on the high side right now. The 4 trucks trying to make it work on the bottom. The 34 of Douglas Saki trying to make his way through the field. Pamitat already up 5 positions in that U.S. Air Force 48 machine. And here comes the 62 of Brandon Pike. He's going to grab 4 spots up as well. The Moneyline machine looking to bring home the bacon here tonight. There's the 4. Just behind him, Todd Cleek in that Ford F-150 looking to work his way up through the field. A little bit of jockeying for position at the front as Troy Radford going to take over that 2nd position from Thomas Smalling. Smalling going to fall back now to 4th as Tyler Woodard going to put the 77 into 3rd, and now Cody Giles going to make his way by Smalling as well. Let's go back up here, see what's taking place with the Woodard Automotive 77 machine of Tyler Woodard. Thomas Smalling dropping back from 3rd to 5th. You can see him right there, the 21 truck coming off of turn. Oh, and we got trouble! Big trouble! Douglas Saki almost goes over. Big trouble off of turn number 2. We've got our first caution of the night, and the Falcon Motorsports driver has had some trouble. The 65 of James Hood also involved in this on-track incident. Tell you what, there's a lot to digest under this one. So what do you say we try to go above the track? Did the drone get that one? Yeah, I'm getting a thumbs up. Looks like the drone cam did indeed catch this one. So let's go back. Let's check the replay here. See what happened. 2-3 wide coming off of turn number 2. Moving up just a little bit was Wasaki. He gets into Jimenez, and there goes Failer into the outside wall, and then Carnage Chaos from there. One more look at it coming at you off of the backstretch. Let's take a look and see how it all went down one more time. The iRacing lead calculator replay going to bring us some hard... Oh, look at that hard hit. And Jimenez, your pole sitter, he was slowly making his way back through the field. It looked like he... I don't want to say didn't want to be at the front, but it looked like he was going to try to let things sort themselves out a little bit, let the tires kind of wear themselves in, and let the race really come to him. And now involved in this first incident here tonight on lap number 5. We see the first caution flag fly. Driver's going to come to pit lane, and it appears that a few of them may have to go ahead and burn that quick fix that they got in their back pocket. A little bit of a reset button here in the virtual racing world. Well, everybody going to come down pit lane, so that's going to leave just the base car out there on the track. James Oot, Douglas Saki already down pit lane, and already with those fast fixes there, you can see the 65. No more smoke coming out of the tailpipes for the Chevy Silverado driver. So Oot definitely already blowing that fast repair. Doug Wasaki, I would expect that Falcon Motorsports 34 machine, and indeed clean, clear on the front. So you know he's already used that fast fix as well. What's the rest of these drivers that were involved going to do? It looks like the 41 of John Gutekunst, he's going to stay on pit road for an extended stage, trying to fix as much damage as he can. Maybe keep that fast repair in his back pocket. The 84 of Tyler Rex trying to roll off a pit lane. Douglas Saki with a long stop before he decided to use that fast fix. Juan Jimenez possibly with a fast fix as well. Let's take a look at this 22. Looks like there may be some right front damage right there. You can see just above the headlight area. So possibly the NTR driver not going to use that fast fix just yet. A little bit early here tonight. Still about 57 laps or so remaining here in tonight's Girotech 130. So drivers already in damage control mode. Their night's going to be a very, very long night. We'll have to wait to see if anybody joins them on the damage machine policy watch. And it looks like John Gutekunst's just going to beat the field off of pit road. He'll keep himself on the lead lap, but unfortunately, Thad Failer, I believe, may have fallen off of the lead lap. He's going to be the first driver down to one lap early here tonight. Still a long way to go. A long time to make up that one lap down. Gonna have to try to keep himself one lap down. And we're gonna get ready to go. Back green flag racing this time by. The iRacing pace car lights are off. Field double file. We're set for a Falcon Motorsports front row for the restart. Chris Medford gonna have the advantage of getting on the gas before everybody else. He'll be the control truck on the bottom of the racetrack. Troy Radford to the high side right beside him. Woodard and Giles going to make up row number 2. Smalling and Pamitat back there in row 3 for the restart. Parkhurst, Pike, Medford, and Cleek going to round out your top 10 for this latest restart. And I'm telling you, the close racing action in the, well, I don't think we've seen the last of the caution flag. Very talented drivers here in the 1776 Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series, but Michigan, just one of those tracks where it's really hard to get away from the field. It's really hard to get away from your fellow drivers, and, well, close racing sometimes leads itself to a few cautions here and there, and we're going to kick things back off from our first caution into the Geico restart zone, and on the gas quick. 46 of Medford takes the green flag once again here in the Eurotech 130. making some moves around that 5th position. There you can see the 21 of Thomas Smalling looking to the bottom of the racetrack. He's got the 77 of Tyler Woodard just in front of him. 7 of Cody Giles on the outside trying to make it work. Pamitat going to come to him. Brandon in that U.S. Air Force 48. Looking for a little draft help here, trying to push that 7 machine a little further up in the running order. 62 of Brandon Pike puts his F-150 at the bottom of the speedway. Your fastest Ford in the field here tonight, up 9 positions from where he qualified. That Money Lion F-150 looking pretty quick out there tonight. He's going to go to the top of the speedway just in front of the 83 of Medford. Put a little bit of a slow roll on the Zoe's Place 83 machine of Brandon Medford. 2, almost 3 wide, working our way off of turn number 2. We're not going to have it just yet, and wait for it. And it's going to fizzle out. Todd Cleek going to think better of it. He's not going to go 3 wide just yet. Pass on track for the 2nd position. Tyler Woodard going to move himself around Troy Radford, and he's going to take that 2nd position away. There you can see the Lucky Finn Project machine. Up at the top of the speedway, he's going to yield that position to Woodard, and here comes Tyler with a dive down to the bottom of the racetrack, side by side for your race lead through turns 1 and 2. We'll work our way off of 2. Slide job coming with a crossover now. Medford not giving it up. Here comes Radford with a look down to the bottom of the racetrack. As well, it's a 2-3-4 truck battle for your race lead for the moment. Chris Medford has the field in tow. Will he be able to keep him behind him? Here comes Tyler Woodard on the high side, trying to hustle that truck around. He's not going to get there just yet. We'll stay in 2nd for the time being. Cody Giles to the top of the racetrack. Here comes the Lucky Finn Project 94 of Troy Radford. He'll move back to that 2nd position, and now looking to the inside once again on his fellow Falcon Motorsports teammate. Not going to quite get there as Medford going to keep it wound up on the high side. He's going to bring Woodard right along at a big push from Giles. Big push. I don't know how Chris Medford was able to keep himself out in front. Woodard going to make a move to the bottom once again. Will the slide job pay off this time? Looking for the crossover. Here comes Medford, and it's going to be blocked. The race move blocked. What a battle for the top spot between these 2 drivers, huh? You seen the slide job. You seen the car. Oh, you seen a crossover. You seen a crossover block by Tyler. It's not going to keep Chris behind for very long, as Medford now going to move his way back to the high side, and we're single file through the field. And Tyler Woodard still looking for that top spot. He's going to have a peek back down into turn 3. Slide Jabba coming. I'm telling you what, here he goes, sliding up the racetrack. Crossover coming. Looking for it, not going to have it yet. And now Woodard going to hug that inside lane. He's going to force the 46 to the high side in turns 1 and 2, and I don't think it's going to pay off here. I think Woodard might be at a disadvantage coming off of 2, and there it is, all alone in the draft. The momentum, the help on the high side. Woodard going to struggle to keep himself out front, and Chris Medford going to keep the point for now. What a move on the high side. Did you see the tail end hanging out sideways from Chris Medford's 46 Chevy Silverado, man? I'm telling you, he was slanging that thing sideways. Coming up through the field, take a look at Brandon Pamitat digging on the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like he's catfishing out there on the asphalt. The U.S. Air Force sponsored 48 machine beginning to make his way up into the mix and look for a spot in the top 5. He's up 8 positions from where he qualified. One of your biggest movers of the race, Wayne Boker, who started tail end of the field shotgun Sally here tonight, all the way back in 19th. Boker now into the 11th position, knocking on the door of a top 10 in his debut race. So a solid night so far here for Boker. Ooh, big trouble. big trouble. Did you see the huge wiggle out of that 77 Woodard Automotive machine? Tyler with a handful off of turn 2. Close racing action there between Brandon Pamitat and Brandon Medford. They all but touch coming out of turn number 4. With nowhere to go, Brandon Pike gonna have to check up just a little bit. We got a trio of Ford F-150s all piled in with each other. Pike, Cleek, Boker, 9th, 10th, 11th on the speed. Whoa, my goodness, trouble there for the 69. Seen a handful of drivers getting super loose off of turn number 2. Nobody goes around. We stay green flag racing here at Michigan International Speedway in the Girotech. 130, 65 laps, your official race distance here tonight in the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Want to give a big shout out to our title race sponsor here tonight, Girotech. Girotech Machine Solutions and Support, Michigan's premier distributor for CNC machinery, robotics, and engineered turnkey solutions since 1987. Girotech has sold CNC machinery and engineered turnkey solutions to manufacturers worldwide. Mills, lathes, 5-axis machines, along with industrial and collaborative robotic solutions, coming up with the way to get around some very tough problems. Always there with some great customer support. They do it through the people who listen, respond, develop, and deliver in order to transform your manufacturing challenges into competitive advantages all across the country, all across the world. If you're looking for a great CNC machinery, robotics, and engineer turnkey solutions, look no further than Girotech. And what a fitting race sponsor, huh, out there in TV land. Girotech, based out of Michigan, and here we are at Michigan. So a good night here tonight in order for the Girotech crew. And the 7 of Cody Giles, he's representing here tonight. He's gonna snatch the top spot away. Battle was unfolding as we were watching the close battle there between Pamitat, Smalling, and Pike. Giles gonna look for the race lead, gonna have it for a moment, but here comes the teammates ganging up on him, and it looks like Medford and Radford gonna work their way around on the outside and take the top 2 spots back once again. Giles gonna fall back to 3rd with an 8/10 of a second advantage over Tyler Woodard. The Woodard Automotive sponsored Chevy Silverado with a little bit of struggle with the long run pace here. Everybody down to pit road on lap number 6. So these tires only about 15 laps old. So I don't think the tire fall off is too big just yet, but we've got a couple packs already developing. Your top 3 drivers all right here running with each other. We've got a 4 truck pile up, and we're going to make that 5, 6, maybe 7 by the time all of these drivers meet up off of turn number 4. Woodard and Parkhurst going to go at it for 4th and 5th. Woodard going to keep that 4th spot for the time being. Brandon Pamitat looking for a little bit extra. Not going to quite make the move just yet. So a third of the night already in the bag. Chris Medford has led the majority of tonight's race. Looking to pat his back pocket with a few bonus points. Looking to get to victory lane to once again join his fellow Falcon Motorsports teammate in the multiple win column. Heck of a night out there tonight for all of these drivers, and indeed Spencer Teal out there showing some of the onboard camera action for us over there. If you're interested, if you're trying to find that, Spencer, why don't you go ahead and drop that location over there in the chat for them. Let them know where they can go catch some of that great racing action. Todd Cleek back here trying to make some moves, trying to make a move around Jimenez, your pole sitter, who's hanging tough back here to be involved in that lap 1. Well, not lap 1. incident. Still faring well without using that fast fix. The 4 of Todd Cleek. He's going to go ahead and come to pit road. Now Radford at the front of the field. He's going to take the top spot for a moment. He's going to lead a lap, get a bonus point into his back pocket. So all of these drivers doing a fine job so far here. No real issues from pretty much anybody. We're going to go back to this little battle. Let's focus right around that 6th, 7th position, because there's a lot of drivers all lined up with each other, all jockeying for position as we head towards turn number 3. There you can see Radford out front, leading Christopher Medford. Cody Giles going to come by the screen as well. Woodard, Parker, Smalling, Panitat, Pike, and Medford. Round out the top 9 drivers. The 37 of the Guy Curran will cross the line in the 10th position. Everybody racing down to turns 1 and 2. Look at him fan out through the corner. 4 different lines through the corners of 1 and 2. What a run so far here tonight in the Ivers Hills of Brooklyn, Michigan. The Michigan International Speedway hosting race number 7 in season number 3 for the Colonial Clash Racing Series. And could green flag pit stops be right around the corner? That's the next thing we got to ask ourselves. That's the next thing we got to think about. And while we're here, while we're at it, why don't we go on board with one of these drivers mixing it up right here? I believe, do we have that 48 machine? I think we do got an onboard camera shot with that 48. So what do you say we jump on board here with the U.S. Air Force 48 of Brendan Pamatad. There you can see Tyler Woodard. He's going to lose a handful of positions while paneling for that top spot. Oh, and there's contact. Can he save it? Does he save it? How did he save it? The 23, Mark Parkhurst. Oh my gosh. Did you see how sideways he was right there? And he's sideways coming to pit road. Hot under the helmet is that 23 truck. Contact between himself and Brandon Pamitat. And that's going to mix up this little 4-truck battle. That's going to put some distance between those drivers, as now we'll go on board looking off the tail end of the Woodard Automotive iRacing League Calculator sponsored Chevy Silverado. And Tyler Woodard running well here tonight, has been a staple inside of your top 5 here tonight in the Girotech 130. And he's going to look to keep himself there. Your fastest Ford hunting him down. The Bunny Lion F-150 of Brandon Pike. Looking to make his way around. Not quite going to get there just yet. And we'll jump back outside the car for a moment. Jump around the track just a little bit. What do you say? Close off of 2 there. You can see the 83 moving up the track just a little bit. And it looked like he may have been in a precarious situation, almost making some contact. And how about the run to pit road right there? Run to pit road. A lot of drivers going to peel from the racetrack and head on down. Smalling, Pike, Woodard, Pamitat, Franklin, Boker, Wasaki, Rex, Gutekunst, Failer, all to pit road. Only 6 drivers going to stay out on track. Troy Radford continues to lead tonight. He's got Cody Giles right behind him. The 46 of Chris Medford starting to fall to the wayside. There you can see him from leading the laps to now sitting in 3rd. Will we see a look to pit road? Indeed, the Lucky Finn Project machine pulls the pit lane, and that's going to bring the rest of the field with him. I believe that's going to be the entire field going to come back to. Oh boy, did you see Juan Jimenez, your pole sitter, almost in trouble coming off of the racetrack and onto pit road. And there you can see the wounded warrior, the 41 of John Gutekunst, gonna fall. A 1 lap down as the 21 Pro Cup Racing Experience Girotech driver makes his way around. Thomas Smalling gonna take the top spot for a moment. Will he be able to leapfrog the guys coming off of pit road? Radford, Medford, and Giles all make their way out. Brandon Medford, Guy Clem also going to jump off of pit road, getting up to speed now. Can the 21 make the jump? He's trying, but he ain't gonna get there. Troy Radford, Cody Giles, and Chris Medford gonna keep themselves in those top 3 positions and strike that, because here comes Smalling looking to the outside. Gonna look for that 3rd position, not gonna let it happen. Sliding up the racetrack right in front of him. Gonna get a big push now down this front stretch, and I believe Radford and Giles, they have stepped away. Your top 2 drivers have stepped away from the field. There you can see the gap back to Christopher Medford, a 10-15 truck length advantage for your top 2. So your top 2 trying to walk away from the field. Chris Medford slowly walking away from Smalling and Parkhurst, who came to pit road just 1 lap prior. Mark Parkhurst coming to pit road back on lap number 26, so he's got some of the oldest tires already in the field. And Christopher Medford going to lay down the fastest time here in a race trim, and it's going to be faster than your pole position. Pole position here tonight was a 39.91. And Medford just running a 39.57. Man, that's quick. So as Giles stays right on Radford's rear deck lid, we're going to jump back here to a 4-truck battle. We'll keep our eye on the top spot as it gets a little closer. We'll transition to the front of the field for that battle. Here comes Brandon Medford looking for a way around the Fort Worth screen printing 47 of Dustin Franklin, who's been just kind of mired back in traffic all night long, just nowhere to really go. I don't want to say moving roadblocks all night for that 47, but just nowhere to go on the racetrack. He's quick. The drivers he's racing with are quick, and he's going to go quick to 3 wide. Here we go. Do we got it? No, it's going to fizzle out. We're going to have just 2 wide back off of turn number 4. Woodard going to take the spot away from Medford, and now the 47 of Franklin going to drop down to the bottom of the racetrack. We got a 3 wide look at a turn number 1. It's going to fizzle out. We'll stay side by side. Chris Medford, I apologize. Brandon Medford also involved in a battle. Medford slowly dragging Smalling up here. And what was once a 3-truck breakaway now seems to be a 4-truck breakaway. And Mark Parkhurst, he's doing all he can to try to hang on to this lead draft. He's trying to catch a sniff of it and walk away from the field. That's going to serve him very well as we move just past the halfway point. We're down to 31 laps remaining. So what do you say? Well, we've got it hot and heavy action on the track. Why don't we run down your mid-race report here from Michigan International Speedway in the Giro Tech 130. 19 drivers started tonight's race. We've still got 19 out there on the track, but only 14 left on the lead lap. 34 of Douglas Saki, last driver listed on the lead lap. John Gutekunst's gonna be shown in the lucky dog position. He's going to be looking for a caution to help out his race here tonight. But at the front of the field, showing the way in that top spot, Duncanville's, Pennsylvania's very own Troy Radford piloting that fast Lucky Finn Project Chevy Silverado. He's going to show the way and lead the race. Cody Giles sitting right here in that second position. He's going to look to try to lead another lap or 2. He's got about 2 or 3. I believe it is going to be 3 laps led here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. So Giles running very well all night long. We're going to jump back now to the American Cancer Society race for Riley's Falcon Motorsports driver, the 46 Indiana native Chris Medford looking to get himself back to the front. He led the majority of tonight's race from the front of the field. Had a little bit of a struggle and lost that top spot, and has since been able to get back there. Thomas Smalling, last week's race winner, right behind him. The New York native looking to park that 21 machine back in victory lane and go back-to-back race winning performances here. Excuse me, here with the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Smalling dominating at the Roval last weekend, Charlotte Motor Speedway, and another fine run here tonight at Michigan. And that's going to jump us back to your biggest mover of the race, and rounding out your top five, the 62 Ford F-150 Moneyline machine, piloted by Brandon Pike, with a great run tonight, up 11 positions from where he qualified, all the way back in 16th, all the way up through the field. Now rounding out your top five. What a race for the driver inside of that Ford F-150. And I tell you what, I do believe we've got an office camera shot. Let's go. Do we got it, guys? Come on, you got it. There it is. In the office, getting the job done. Back in the heat, laying a hammer. Brandon Pike looking to make his way a little further inside your top five. And we've got trouble on the track. Caution flag flies. Looks like Dustin Franklin and Tyler Woodard may have been involved in this latest one. So what do you say we jump back to the replay and find out what happened here? And there you can see the two drivers already going around. Didn't get a very good view of it there. So let's go back. Let's see if we can see what happened. Oh, and it looks like Tyler Woodard, a little bit of contact with the outside wall down the track and into the 47. Both of them go along for a ride, and I think that may be big-time trouble now for that 77 of Woodard, possibly already using that fast fix. Let's go on one more time, and yeah, there it is. Brandon Medford, man, just barely missing that one. That was pretty close for the Zoe's Place 83 machine, so we'll jump back live on the racetrack, back at the front of the field. We should see everybody heading down to pit road this time. Everybody going to grab some fresh Goodyear tires, so give me 4 freshies in a full tank, and we'll call it a night. And we'll have about 24 laps to go when we come back trackside. So we're going to step away, pay a few bills, and come back for the final run to the checkered flag. You're watching the Girotech 130. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And back trackside as promised before the green flag drops, side by side down the backstretch field, double file ready to get the restart underway. Troy Radford won the race off of pit road, so the Lucky Finn Project 94 will bring the field back to the green flag. Back in row 2, Chris Metford and Brandon Metford back inside the top 5. Juan Jimenez, your pole sitter, gonna make his way into the 6th position. Thomas Smalling right there beside him. Pace car down and away we go to the green flag, the Geico's restart zone, and on the gas. Green flag flies once again here from Michigan International Speedway. Getting away from the field is Radford. Here comes Chris Metford. He's looking for the top spot. He's gonna try to grab the race lead away from his Falcon Motorsports teammate Cody Giles right there. Gonna slot in 3rd with Brandon Metford right behind him. Here comes a run from Juan Jimenez, making his way back up onto the scene as they race past down into turn number 3 we go. Field all bunched up after the restart here. 23 laps remaining, so the moves are definitely gonna come. Here comes a fight on the bottom of the racetrack for Cody Giles. He's gonna look to take that top spot away as everybody goes by the start-finish line. We'll keep things with all the action right here at the front of the field. The 46 with the challenge from Giles on the bottom. And the 7 will take the 2nd spot through the center of 1 and 2. Slide up the racetrack just a little bit, look for some help, and look for a draft to try to dive to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes the Bro Cup Racing Experience 21 of Thomas Smalling. He's going to grab the 3rd spot, now looking for 2nd. One of the few drivers I've seen be able to really hook the bottom through 3 and 4, and look at it pay dividends back across the line. Will be nose to nose. And it looks like they're going to give the nod to Radford at the line, but just so slightly. 21 going to take the race lead through the center of 1 and 2. Look to slide up here. Crossover coming. No. Radford going to stay in 2nd for the moment. Todd Cleek with a great run now. The Ford F-150 of the 4 machine. The 4C out there on track with a great run up through the field. Here he is, catfishing as well on the bottom of the racetrack. He's seen Smalling do it and figured, well, I can do it too. He's going to drop down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to take a handful of positions away, and he'll break into the top 5 for the first time here tonight. And so much action all over the track. We're trying to keep our eye on everything while these guys are battling at the front. Let's take a look back here. We've got passes on track for position. Doug Vasaki going to give up the 11th spot to Tyler Woodard, who's now looking to the bottom on the inside of the Fort Worth screen printing esports machine of Dustin Franklin in the 47. Not going to be able to do anything about it. Franklin going to fall back to 11th as Woodard back inside of the top 10 once again. Giles going to move back to 4th as Smalling trying to stretch his legs at the front. We'll drop that timing and scoring back over to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along once again, just like we do inside of the production booth. 62 of Brandon Pike now looking to the inside of Brandon Metford. That's going to be a battle for 6th and 7th as we watch things go down here. 2nd, 3rd, 4th on the speedway. And how about that run from Todd Cleek? Man, playing possum all night long. Cleek was just back in traffic, and here he comes. Less than 20 laps to go, and he's going to fight for 2nd on the bottom of the racetrack, looking for yet another position. He'll have the edge through the center of 1 and 2. Will he have enough off of the corner exit here? Not going to slide up. He's going to keep himself down on the bottom of the racetrack, and we'll continue the battle down to turn number 3. Just a handful of drivers really utilizing that inside lane, and there you can see it's finally going to pay off in the 4C of Todd Cleek will take that second position away, and we've got a race at the front here from Michigan International Speedway in the Giro Tech 130. And surprisingly enough, we haven't really seen these breakaways that we're seeing at the front of the field right now. Your top two drivers, it looks like, took 4 tires on that latest caution flag, or second caution of the evening. And it looks like Smalling and Todd Cleek both took 4 tires, and a handful of drivers behind them only taking right sides. Radford, Giles both taking just right sides. Both of the Medford boys and Juan Jimenez all going to take just right sides, and that is definitely not the move that they were looking to make here tonight. And it looks like Dustin Franklin has got some trouble in the Fort Worth Esports machine. Gonna pull behind a pit wall and head to the garage area. So the Fort Worth screen printing 47 of Dustin Franklin will be the first and only driver out of tonight's race. James Zoot going to have to make a handful of laps before he takes that 18th position away, and that will relegate Franklin back to last place as we cross the line. Last time around, lap number 50 goes on the board. 15 to go here from Michigan. And I don't want to say there's a fuel strategy game going on here, but we've got John Gutekunst, Guy Klim, and James Hoot all to pit road this last time around. A little bit off pace is Radford, Giles, and Pike right now. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Your top 2 drivers just hammered down for the moment. And building a significant race lead right now. A 1.6 second gap as we've got a battle. Cleek looks down to the bottom of the racetrack. Not going to quite make the move to try to take that top spot away just yet, but building that gap back to the 3rd and final podium spot. We're going to go back here with a handful of drivers mixing it up for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's going to be Radford, Giles, and Pike right behind him. Both of the Medfords, followed by Jimenez. And 5 out of your top 8 drivers, race fans, 5 out of your top 8 have been to victory lane. All 5 of your previous race winners, they're all right here inside of your top 8. Todd Cleek with a great run here tonight. The 4C machine gonna show in second for the moment in the Woodard Automotive. The Pro Cup racing experience, Giro Tech machine gonna move his way to pit road. The 77 of Tyler Woodard gonna bring his Silverado down the pit lane. Smalling still leading Todd Cleek by just about a half a second. Radford with a long ways back now, almost 2 seconds behind your top 2, so fading indeed is this second little back, and it looks like Chris Medford may have went down to the bottom of the racetrack there. We're going to have to look at this. Yes, he's going to give the high side up to the 46. Brendan Pike took that position away with a fair amount of ease and walked away from this trio of trucks out there on the track. 34 of Doug Wasaki, he's quite a ways back. Wasaki all the way back here. The Falcon Motorsports driver with a good turnaround here tonight. Caught up and involved in our first racing incident on lap number 5. Wasaki had to use that quick fix. And now the 34 back inside the top 10, sitting in 9th. Back to the battles on track, though. What do you say we go back here? 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. All over each other. 2 trio of trucks mixing things up. There you can see Radford continuing to lead Giles and Pike. Meanwhile, your top 2, nothing has changed. Thomas Smalling actually stretching the gap. The only driver we've seen be able to drive away from another truck here tonight with 10 to go. Thomas Smalling flexing his muscles. And Doug Wasaki going to pull the pit road this time around, so Wasaki back to pit lane. Man, can you imagine if this thing ends up being a fuel mileage race? You can see Todd Cleek, he's off pace. Todd Cleek off pace coming to turn 3 here, so possibly trying to save some fuel. And the gap's growing quickly. I mean, quickly. You can see 2-3 gain that time around on the last lap. For Smalling over Cleek. Look at the lap times, a 41.04 to a 41.54, so a half a second faster. Last time around was your race leader, Thomas Smalling, and either he ain't worried about fuel or his strategy is push and hope you got a big enough gap. While your top driver has stepped away, let's go back here to that battle. Third and fourth still raging on the racetrack. Troy Radford trying to keep the final spot in the podium to himself. Can the Lucky Finn project driver fend off the hard-fought battle by the 7 of Cody Giles. Giles right there on his rear deck lid. And I tell you what, I do believe we've got an onboard. There you go, overhead camera shot. Taking a look at Cody Giles trying to run back down Troy Radford and take that third position away. He's going to move down to the bottom of the racetrack going into turn number 3. We have the position he's got it for now, and he's going to slide up the racetrack. Let's take a look off of the tail end, and there it is. Radford can't do anything about it as Pike in the 62. He pulls to pit lane for service. So we got a lot going on late in the going here in the Eurotech 130 at Michigan International Speedway. We've got drivers heading to pit lane late in the goings. Fuel strategy race indeed tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Race number 7 for the Colonial Clash Racing Series. These truck drivers laying it down, hot laps, lap after lap, and what started off as a good restart and a good run here for Todd Cleek. He's given up over 3 seconds now to your race leader Thomas Smalling, and Cleek in fuel conservation mode with 6 laps to go. Giles and Radford have run him down. Crazy good racing action all night here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. And now Giles going to look down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to have that inside lane heading into turn number 3. And he's going to look to take that second spot away from the Farm World 4C of Todd Cleek. Cleek looked for a crossover, but Radford was there on the inside, wasn't able to make that move early enough, and that's going to stall out the run. And we've got 5 laps remaining here from Michigan International Speedway. I want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors here with the Colonial Clash Racing Series, Pro Cup Racing Experience, offering and providing an exciting opportunity to drive a real race car on real race tracks. The speeds, well, that's all dependent on how much you want to nail that loud pedal. The Pro Cup Racing Experience going to be at Michigan this weekend, and actually going to start tomorrow. So if you're looking for a ride along, you want to have some fun in a cup car at Michigan, you need to head on over to the track and check out Pro Cup Racing Experience. Big shout out also to Fort Worth Screen Printing, as well as Woodard Automotive, Goose Graphics, and Renovations back on as sponsors here in season number 3. And how about the iRacing League Calculator? Can't forget about iRacing League Calculator coming back on board here in season number 3. And tonight's race sponsor, the Eurotech Machine Solutions and Support, Michigan's premier distributor for CNC machinery, robotics, and engineering. Turnkey solutions will cross the line with 3 to go. Handful of drivers breaking the pit road has Medford and Jimenez saved enough fuel. At the inset or onset of tonight's race, fuel mileage never crossed our mind. With the late race caution right around lap 50-ish, I would say about lap 46 or so, we didn't think anything of a fuel mileage race. And here we go, 3 to go. Brandon Medford going to come to pit road from the race lead. What does Chris Medford do? Chris going to stay out on track. The 46 machine, he's got a race win in his back pocket. He can afford to gamble. Your pole sitter right to his outside. So the drivers that started first and second run first and second with 2 laps to go here from Michigan International Speedway. It's going to be a good run to the end. Mark Parkhurst, he was last on the pit road back at lap 41. He's going to move into that 4th position. So we've got drivers saving fuel. Will it be enough? Do they have enough? And it looks like Chris Medford slow on the track. He's going to have to baby this thing back around. We're going to come to the white flag this time around. White flag flies. Final lap here tonight in the Giro Tech 131. Jimenez, your pole sitter, looking for victory lane for the 2nd time this season. Does he have enough fuel in the gas tank to get back? He's got a 1.2 second advantage over Chris Medford. Brandon Pamitat, he saved some fuel, but he is also 12 seconds back. There's not going to be enough time. Halfway down the backstretch and back into turn 3 for the final time tonight. Juan Jimenez looks to park that Toyota in victory lane. He's going to make his way off of turn number 4, and here you go, checkered flag in hand. Your race winner for the 2nd time this season, Juan Jimenez, going to take the checkered flag. Chris Medford going to come home in 2nd, and Brandon Pamitat with a great run at the end, at a gas crossing the line, and Pamitat going to put that U.S. Air Force 48 in the podium spots. The rest of the field coming by. Fuel strategy just a little bit off for a handful of these drivers, and now we'll head back with your race winner. Take a look at him. Does he have enough for a burnout? That's the question. Is he going to be able to celebrate on the front stretch? What a run here tonight for Juan Jimenez, man. What a great night. Pole position in the final closing seconds of qualifying. He snuck it in and snatched the Pro Cup Racing Experience pole award. And he's going to snatch the race win with a little bit of a fuel strategy game, and it appears that he is out of gas. Out of gas, and here comes Brandon Pamitat. He's still got some fuel in the tank. He's going to go ahead and push his buddy to pit row, to victory lane. What a run, what a race here tonight. So as your race winner is helped to victory lane, we're going to go ahead and head to a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's Giro Tech 130, and what a barn burner it was. Close racing action all night long, and coming down to some fuel strategy here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. Tell you what, let's jump right to your post-race interviews. Let's see if we can't grab a quick word with the driver that walked away in third inside of that U.S. Air Force 48 machine. Brandon, it's Dave. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, my man. A fine finish for you and your 48 crew here tonight. How was the race? How was the night out there? I mean, it seemed to be a pretty clean race. How was the truck handling?
It was a really good race. We had a lot of close battles with some people. There was some issue with Mark that couldn't be avoided. One of our fenders stuck out a little bit further than it should have, and I ended up tagging his left rear on accident. But that late caution came out, and I noticed we were like a gallon or so short on fuel. So I right off the green flag on that late caution, I was saving fuel the entire way, and we were able to play the fuel strategy right for a third place finish, all the way from like 12th.
Now, all night, Michigan can sometimes lead its hand to that fuel mileage race. Was there any other point in time throughout tonight's race where you really had to pay attention to that fuel gauge, or until that last caution? Is that when it was? Was that when it all clicked that hey, this is gonna be real close?
No, it was definitely the second choice where that late caution came out and it changed everything, because I don't know about other teams, but we had a strategy that we were going to pit give or take lap 50 with the second set of tires to push all out until 65. But once that late caution came out and I pit, I looked at I got info from the gauge, and we were, like I said, almost a gallon short, just about, and I knew it was going to be very close. Being such a big track, you could sort of lift in the corners and coast it. So that's what we sort of did, and it seemed to work out. I knew everyone else had to pit because they were going really hard, and we were able to bring home third with the strategy.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of drivers laying off the gas and then eventually coming to pit road. But you and your crew chiefs, you worked things out. You got it right, and you finish on the podium here tonight amongst a bunch of previous race winners. So does this give you any confidence as we head to Indianapolis Motor Speedway next week?
Yeah, of course. We had a really rough start to the season. Just wasn't running as strong as we did last season, where we were always like somewhere on the podium, if not very close to it. So as it gets closer towards the playoffs, and we're starting to make our run, the momentum builds up and the confidence builds up to hopefully try and make the playoffs and gain standings in the points and go from there.
Well, Brandon, congratulations on that third place finish. Before we let you go and enjoy this, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, of course. I want to shout out Fort Worth Screen Printing. Do a great job every week with the team, and we had a few guys out tonight, but hopefully we could bounce back next week with a full team. And I also want to thank you, Dave, for the broadcast every week. You do an amazing job, and I know plenty of people that love going back and watching it. And I want to thank my dad. He's always there watching, supporting, giving some strategy calls and stuff like that. So I couldn't have done it without him sometimes. So that's about it for the night.
All right, my man. Well, we'll look forward to catching up with you at the Brickyard.
Sounds good, Dave. Thank you very much.
All right, there you have it. Your third place finisher here tonight, the Long Island, New York native Brandon Pemitat, gonna park that U.S. Air Force 48 machine in the third and final podium spot, and that's gonna move us right along in the running order. Let's talk to a familiar face, a familiar voice. Let's see if we can't catch up with that 46 of Chris Medford. It's Dave, man. How you doing after yet another podium performance?
Dave, I'm doing all right. I think I might have made the wrong call there at the end. I figured we'd have another caution there at the end, and I know Troy, Giles, and myself and Brandon, we were still on old tires. So obviously we've seen newer tires start to prevail, but then fuel came into play.
Well, you know, you sound a little downhearted, which I know when you look back on it, there may be some things you could have done differently, but there again, as we came to you, we said yet another podium finish. I mean, I believe this makes every single race you've shown up for, you've finished in a top 5 position, and that's what's kept you up in the point standings lead. Do you think you're gonna get back to victory lane soon? I mean, you've got that one race win in your back pocket. We head to Indianapolis, Texas, Bristol. I know Falcon Motorsports usually pretty quick down there in Texas, and usually pretty good at Bristol. So, you got any of those 3 tracks circled on your calendar?
Not with the bunch of guys we got. I mean, we got a hell of a group, all this Colonial Clash guys. I just seen tonight. I mean, anybody can win. We had Cleek up there that came out of virtually nowhere there in that last run and just blew by us like we were standing still. So he had a well of a run going on there. But no, with anybody, I mean, this is my first season with them. I'm not sure who the big dogs are there with the short tracks or big tracks or anything like that. Only thing that kind of sucks about tonight is the draft played such a huge factor. You could stay with people in the draft unless obviously they have a lot newer tires. 'Cause I feel like I had a really good truck, even behind guys. I was just riding. The truck still felt very stable. So kind of sucks, but I'll take a second place.
Well, Chris, again, as always, it's a pleasure catching up with you trackside. A pleasure to speak with you in these post-race interviews. You're very familiar about how we do things, so we're gonna step back for a second and hand you the mic and let you get down any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that.
Yep, thank you, Dave, for the broadcast. They're always phenomenal. Thanks to the admins here at the Colonial Clash Racing Series. They put up a lot of stuff. The drivers, I said we had only a couple cautions. Um, I said for being so closely, uh, trucks be so close. It's actually a really good job for everybody. Um, hate it for Troy and Brandon. They had really strong runs, but you know, Fuel Miles definitely won the race tonight. Congrats to Juan on the second win. I know the first one was a tire tire call he made, and then this one's a fuel run. So the dude's got some strategy played out up his sleeve. Um, you know, like I said, we are having a charity race coming up next couple months. For Zoe's place and Ellie's place. If you guys are interested, get a hold of Brandon Medford, Douglas Saki, or Tyler Hilton.
All right, well, Chris, again, congratulations on yet another great performance for you and your 46 crew. And we'll see when we can talk again, and I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be next week, but we'll see how it all unfolds.
Sounds good. Thank you, Dave. Have a good day.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words out of Chris Medford. A little bit down about that second place, but as we alluded to, one of the only drivers to walk away with the top 5, finishing every single race that he has started. So a job well done by him and his crew yet again. And that's going to bring us to your race winner down in victory lane. We're going to join that 22 of Juan Jimenez. Juan, it's Dave. You got us?
Loud and clear, dude.
Hey, man! I wasn't here for your first race win. You took that race win. I believe it was at Kansas when I was on my way up to the Pocono race weekend. Had our fellow broadcaster at Turn 3 catch you in victory lane. I finally get to catch you in victory lane, man. How good does it feel to visit victory lane? Not just once, but twice after jumping out of that race control role.
Oh man, it feels really good, especially coming from that pole position. It's just happy to come back from that early incident. Happy to come back from the 18th place. I think I finished last week or something like that. Yeah, just needed to get a good point state and make sure I stay in the playoffs and happy to deliver. The race looked like it wasn't really going to pan out after we got that damage and after we fell off the back of the lead pack. But we made the right strategy call and put the 22 back on victory lane.
So you say you made the right strategy call. How much fuel did you have left crossing the line? We noticed a little bit of a post-race celebration down there, but how much fuel did you really have left in that tank?
Oh, I had a quarter. If the race had been a lap longer, I think I wouldn't have been able to make it.
Well, fortunate enough for you, it ended right when it did, and that's going to put you back to the checkered flag and back down in victory lane. So congratulations once again on turning the week around from where you finished last week to this week. The Roval, very different from what goes on here at Michigan. And we're going to head to Indy next. A pretty different track as well. What's your thoughts looking forward to the Brickyard?
I don't think I've ever run a race at Indy, so it'll be interesting. I do pretty decently on the big tracks, but you never know with a track you've never run before. So I just hope to get a solid top 10 finish, and we'll see if we can do anything better.
Absolutely. Well, Juan, again, congratulations on your second win of the season, becoming just the second driver to get that accomplishment done here in season 3. So, congratulations on that. We won't keep you from the rest of the celebrations here tonight. So, before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home or in the shop?
Yeah, of course. First and foremost, I wanted to thank the broadcast. Just wanted to let you know the broadcast is so good, it's worth ruining your race over. Because with 15 to go, the entire field started blinking out for me, but I was still tuned into the broadcast on my phone because I just couldn't. I couldn't close it. It was so good. But yeah, awesome broadcast. We're super lucky to have you guys. I want to thank John for running the league as always. This is one of the cleanest, most fun leagues that I've ever seen, and it's just so enjoyable to race with a group of guys that give you room, that give you respect, and give you such good, clean racing. And of course, I got to thank my sponsors, NTR Racing, and my graphic designer for my paint schemes, DP Graphics. Thank you so much for supporting me. Couldn't be here without you.
All right, well, Juan, again, congratulations, my man, and we hope to catch up with you in victory lane once again before the season's out, and we'll just see how things unfold for you at Indianapolis. I can tell you one thing, it's quick, and be careful, and we'll try to catch up with you next week at Indy.
Yeah, thanks to you, Dave. See you next week.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words from the man inside of that NTR Racing 22 machine, straight out of Santo Domingo. Juan Jimenez gonna take the checkered flag for the second time here tonight. Race winner, once again, gonna slot his name right up there beside Troy Radford, tied for 2 wins on the season. And whew, what a night it was here in race number 7 for the Colonial Clash Racing Series, right from Michigan International Superspeedway in the Giro Tech 130. And as producers hit those familiar tunes and sounds, you know it's time to run down your unofficial race results here tonight. So here we go. Walking away with the checkered flag, once again, Juan Jimenez parks it in victory lane. The Indiana native Chris Medford gonna walk away with yet another top 5. Medford finishes in second. Brandon Pamitat gonna put that U.S. Air Force 48 machine home in the final podium spot here tonight. 4th place belongs to last week's race winner, the 21 of Thomas Smalling. Mark Parkhurst going to finish out in the 5th position. 62 of Brandon Pike right there in 6th, with Troy Radford walking away in 7th. Cody Giles back in 8th. 9th place tonight belongs to Brandon Medford, and rounding out your top 10, the 77 Woodard Automotive machine of Tyler Woodard. Todd Cleek with a great run. The 4 going to miss out on the top 10. He'll walk away with 11th. Guy Clem back in 12th, 13th tonight to John Gutekunst, with Douglas Saki right behind him. Pat Failer listed as the first driver 1 lap down in 15th, with Wayne Boker making his debut, sliding home in 16th. Tyler Rex back in 17th. 18th tonight belongs to the 65 of James Hoot. Dustin Franklin rounds out the 19-car field with Anthony Thurber in race control. That's going to do it for your unofficial race results right here in race number 7, the Girotech 130 for the Colonial Clash Racing Series. If you haven't already, race fans, you know you want to go ahead and join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And with that being said, we're going to roll up the lights, cut off the cords, stay safe, stay loved, my friends. Until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.